So I just wanted to quickly share the first 15 minutes. It's in the video in the link in the description below. I know a lot of us won't be able to get through the first 30 seconds. I know some of us won't be able to get past 2 minutes. And sadly, I fear that most of the audience won't be able to get through the first 5 minutes. But my heart, the Father's heart, that is burning in me and weeping and interceding and contending for the bride of Christ, for the awakening. And I know the mocking spirit. I know the argument. I know that, it's the same message. I know it's over and over. It's repetitive. It's redundant. Why repeat? Why over and over? Why the same message? Why the same things? Because the bride of Christ is in a place that needs to be shaken, that needs to be awakened to her first love, that needs to be shaken out of a lukewarm, lethargic, complacent, content state. Now, it sounds presumptuous, it sounds arrogant, it sounds critical, but if you're alive, if you're on fire, if you're awake, that did not offend you. In fact, you're in agreement with what I just said because of the spirit of intercession, the spirit of prayer, and the Holy Spirit that's in you that brought confirmation to what I just said. So it's not about me, it's not about my church, my ministry, it's not about anything other than Him. Kingdom focus, our Father's business. What the Spirit is yearning and craving is His bride to come back to her zealous first love. Revelations 2, Revelations 3, Revelation, in the first 3 chapters, Jesus is crying out. Right now, this is where we're at. Our church in America, in the Western church, Sunday morning saints, this is where we're at. We, in that first 15 minutes, on what I just listened, 16 minutes here, I would dare say that did more for my spirit than 7 Sunday morning services at a lot of churches in the Metro Detroit region. Now, does that sound arrogant? No, it's just factual. Okay, we as Christians can go through the motions. We can go through an anointed worship service. We can experience the presence of God. We can put our toes in the water, warm our hands by the fire. We can, stay comfortable, and we can deceive our own selves and feel like, oh, I'm good. I did my duty. I did my religious service. I'm a Christian. I'm on fire, because you're associated with those that are burning. You're associated with a house that has a reputation of being alive. Now, they may be alive, but you may not be. And so even in a fiery atmosphere like the one that I put in the link in the description below, I challenge you to get through the first full 16 minutes without shutting it off, without getting offended, without being provoked to whatever. I don't know what kind of arguments will rise up in your mind of how it's wrong, or how it's just because it's different. We're not used to that atmosphere. We're not used to that culture in the Western church. We're not used to the fiery presence, to that volatile atmosphere. And so I shared a message last night about intercession having 3 parts. So fire needs 3 parts. Okay, we need heat, we need fuel, and we need air, and a proper mixture of all 3. And so that atmosphere for fire is what the Lord is trying to bring us into. And so a lot of us have 2 out of the 3 really good, but there's usually 1 that's off. Okay, you can't have complete combustion without all 3. And so I'll try and share that real quick here, and then I got to get into work. So the 3 parallels here. So fire of God in if you've ever heard of the prayer furnace or the Detroit prayer furnace, but it sounds like it's coming coming back, resurrecting. So heat, the atmosphere or the climate. Air is the wind of the Spirit and the word of truth. Okay? And so a lot of us are trying to engage with the Lord, trying to, worship Him in spirit and in truth when we're actually worshiping Him in flesh and lies. Another word for another day. And then the fuel. We are the fuel. We are the vessel. We are the wood or the fuel that's to be consumed. And we need to be that living sacrifice. And we need to be willing to lay down our lives and yield and allow Holy Spirit to pray through us, to break us, to shape us, to intercede through us. Because sometimes we don't even know how to pray for as we ought. But the Spirit Himself prays through us with groanings too deep for words, with things, with sounds, with things that come out of us that's not normal in the Christian circles. And so there's a playlist on my YouTube called Intercession, Groaning, and Travail. What is this? I'll put that in the link in the comments below. Share your comments, please. Just listen. Yield. Close your eyes if you have to. Get away and just listen and yield to the first 15 minutes of what Holy Spirit is trying to do in us.